Today we will learn something about the population statistics of livestock of India, and it's a very related topic and also the one which is included in the syllabus. Hence, we'll learn this particular topic as the study material is concerned. Then, here is a very broad district-wide cattle population in the year 2019, and this is the latest cattle population. Means whenever you face a question that which is the latest cattle population, that is the 20th livestock census which happened in 2019, and now it is the 21st livestock census which is going to happen in 2024. So in Karnataka, we have got the cattle number this much, then buffaloes, goat, sheep, pig, and poultry. So the district wise, once again, later we are going to analyze how it is affecting the different type of the districts and everything, and we'll come to this once again, where in which in different districts the cattle, buffalo, goat, sheep, pig, poultry, they are distributed in a different type of a pattern. Whereas the overall livestock distribution is Karnataka is concerned, then poultry is highest. It is 67.2%, means if you consider the number itself, whereas the cattle, they are consisting of 9.6%. Then among this total cattle and the poultry, buffaloes are contributing to 3.4%, and sheep 12.5%, goat and 7%, whereas the pigs they contribute only to 0.04%. Whereas in case of Karnataka versus India, so the Karnataka has got the 15.2% of the population of total of India. If the India's population is 100%, then Karnataka itself is going to contribute to the extent of 15.2%. It's a good majority as per the 20th livestock census of India from available versus the website of Government of India, Department of Dairying and the Fisheries or in husbandry. So the category of the cattle, it's here written it is as the total bovines 3.76 millions, and it has increased to the extent of about 1.3. Indigenous cattle, it has decreased. Milk animals increased to the extent of 6%. Goats 10.1%. Then mithun, it has increased, whereas the horses and ponies, it is reduced markedly. Donkeys reduced. Poultry increased to the extent of 16.8%. Then commercial poultry farm, they have increased to 4.5%. Whereas there is a drastic increase in the state dogs to the extent of 15.3%. Then, what is the role of the livestock in case of the national economy? So, India's livestock sector is one of the largest livestock in the world itself, because we have got the total number of livestock which is highest in the world itself, and this is confirmed by the survey of Government of India in the year 2019. So that's the 20th livestock census, and after that no census has happened, and totally it is measured in millions. So cattle, it is 192.49, and it was 190.90. So there is a small increase in this cattle population, whereas buffalo population, it has increased from 108.70 to 109.85, that is just 1%. Whereas the goats, it has increased to the extent of 10%, whereas the sheep, it is 14% increase is there. Pig, there is a reduction from 2012 10.29 million. Then it has decreased to the extent of 9.06 millions, especially in the year 2019. And pigs, already it is increased. And poultry, there is an increasing trend to the extent of 16.80%, because the total number of the poultry in 2019 survey says 851.81 millions, whereas it was 7 to 9.2 millions, and hence there is 16.80 million. Means there is a gross increase in the poultry population, whereas the cattle population or buffalo population remain unaltered. There is no change, or just 1% growth is there, whereas the goats and sheep, both there is a market growth is there. Whereas pig, it has been decreased, means the people are losing the interest to rear the pigs, whereas small ruminants are getting more and more attention of the farmers, and there is a significant growth in that particular field. So this is the overall idea how the cattle population has either unaltered or increased. So this is the distribution of livestock population in the year 2009. The major share is all this cattle 35.94, sheep 13.87%, then buffaloes also contribute to the greater extent 20.45%, goat it is 27.80%. So these are all the livestock population and their percent to the contribution to the total livestock is concerned. Then the salient features of the 20th livestock census, it say the total livestock population is 535.78 million. Please remember this number, because there may be a multiple choice questions which may be revolving around this number. So as per the total livestock census, especially in the year 20th uh, livestock census, so it is 535.78 million. The bovine population overall, cattle, buffalo, mithun, and they are also considered as the bovines. It is 302.79 in 2019, and there is a very small increase of the extent 1%. So the total number of the just cattle in the country is 192.89 millions. There is a slight increase, 0.8% increase over the previous census. Only thing is, it is not in decreased. That's what we need to be happy. The total buffaloes in country is 109.85 million, showing a very slight increase, that is 1% over the previous 2012 census when compared to the 20th livestock census which happened in the year 2019. Then the milk animals are considered as the major economic boon to the country, and totally they are in the milk and dry, and it is the number of the total including the buffaloes is 125.34 million, and there is a marked increase in the total milk animals, means maybe due to the breeding policies, the right time artificial inseminations and other things. Then the total sheep in country is 74.26 million. There is a increase of 14%. Both the sheep and goat, they increased nearly, the growth is 10.1, whereas the pigs it is decreased by 12.03. Maybe the pig has lost its popularity. Then the poultry is highest 851.81 million in 2019, increased by 16.8%. That's a very market growth. Means the poultry industry in India is going to be growing very fastly. Or the commercial poultry farms and also different backyard poultry farms, they are getting very, very attractive to the rural youth are concerned. So the backyard poultry in country is 317.07 million, and just see this is very market increase. The backyard poultry means the poultry which are grown in the village. It is the population is 317.07, it has increased to the extent of about 45%, means 50% increase. This may be due to the awareness among the people created by different government agencies and the different private agencies who are involved in the poultry rearing and propagation. So the total commercial poultry in the country is about 53.4 million, and it is increased as usual. It is to the extent of the 16% increase is there. Then apart from this one, the mithun's, yak, horse, ponies, then mules and camels to some extent contribute to the extent of 0.23% of the total livestock. Where it is nothing, it's very small contribution. But one of the salient feature of the 20th livestock census is the percentage of the sheep and goat population has increased, whereas the percentage of the share of the cattle, buffalo, and pig has marginally either declined or there is no change. Cattle population just point one maximum 1% you can say, whereas pig it has drastically decreased to the extent of 12% is a great number. Then importance of livestock farming in India is an integral part of the Indian agriculture still. In spite of the mechanization and introduction of the machines like tractors, tillers, then plowers, and many more things, but still the plowing population or the drought population of this cattle is increasing in India, and it is supporting the livelihood of two-thirds of the rural population. Still, they use the bullock cart. Then the livestock provide number one nutritional rich products. That's the milk, meat, egg are very important commercial sources. They are also being served in entire India, but also they are the very good source of the proteins. Then dung is organic manure and it is very commonly used for the organic farming in India, whereas the hides and skins are also considered as the non-negligible assets, especially in case of livestock, then it is a very regular source of income and may not be a huge source, but there is no problem for the sustainability of that particular family who do not know any other way of earning the money. Then then there are a lot of policies are there. Government of India, Karnataka, everywhere, where in which they are supporting the healthcare systems and also the other systems like providing the fodder crops, then the fodder seeds, and also subsidizing some animals to during the purchase also. Lot of agencies are there. National Livestock agency, NLM mission, etc. So this the carcass quality is going has increased during the last 5 years. The quality eggs are being produced, and it is becoming the very popular source of the food to the many human beings. Then the livestock census usually influenced by the changes in agriculture and food consumption pattern also. Then non-food functions of livestock are becoming weaker actually. So non-food functions means the use of the cow urine, and at the same time the dung and everything as the value-added products, and they need some systematic markets with proper price and compatibility among the owners. But nowadays, the Karnataka Milk Federation in Karnataka, Amul in Gujarat, or in many states there are state level unions are there, then also the district level unions, everything is there. Then the importance of the livestock is an ancient, and still it is said that the Indians were migrants of the Persia and other places where they become the Aryans. Then scope for the growth in livestock sector, sustain income and economic growth. Then fast growing urban population. Then burgeoning middle income class. Then changing lifestyle, increasing population of women workforce. Because livestock is an industry wherein there is a direct role of the woman who also need it for their survival. Then the improvements in the transport and storage practices from one place to another places, it also contributed to the greater extent of the increase in the livestock population. With good breeds are always do have the demand, and there are a lot of people who create a lot of funds, etc. from the animals are concerned. So what is the growth rate in livestock sector? So the livestock sector grew at the annual rate of 5.3% during 1980s. So that was a very primitive area. Whereas during 1990s, it grew up to the extent of 3.9%. But later what happened, nobody knows. During 2020, it is just 3.6 growth, means the lowest growth is observed in case of the China. Then uh, India stands in top countries only, but it requires some time. So land and livestock holdings, there is a direct relationship between this thing, and the livestock also require the lands. So either some of the ruminants can also be let for free grazing in the nearby places. At the same time, two-thirds of the poultry and 24% of the land is being occupied by the 50% of country's cattle and buffaloes. Whereas nearby 70% of the mural household, mural means the fish originated. So 24% of the land is always utilized for livestock growth, not more than that. Then economic contribution of this livestock industry to the dairy farmers is a depending type of the profit, because If farmers suddenly stop production of the milk and due to this, they will try to do some alternatives. So, what is the provision of this thing to the country? The economy is about 20.5 million people. They do depend on livestock of their livelihood, whereas the livestock contributed is nowadays because of the more mechanization and low quality fodder, non-availability, etc. They made us to stall for some times. The highest number of the livestock always they are since our ages they are present in the villages. So the India has vast livestock resources, whereas livestock sector contributes to the 4 to 11% of the GDP, whereas 25.6% of the agriculture GDP, whereas the overall GDP is being contributed by the poultry and the different type of sections. So the in future further importance should be given to record all the type of the diseases, maybe metabolic disorders, bacterial, viral elements, and many more type of the disorders. So this number is very interesting. During last 5 6 years, the chairman of that particular is himself is Lokayata Jad, and you can see. So we have the world's highest cattle population, followed by number one in the milk and the sheep and goats. Though there is a lagging sheep and goat, it is not either decline or drastically increase. Whereas the other file, what you are saying, it is having the very high content. So there is 10 camel population in the world, 2.5 lakh in the world itself. They are minority. So livestock contributes to the people's life through different modes. The first mode is as one of the food, very important food, and the people started consuming it, and it became one of the important commodity nowadays. Dung and other animal waste materials always being utilized by the livestock, especially the waste of different species of the plants need to be eradicated out. That is the dung is one of the ancient source of the energy, and they are also trying to popularize that particular thing. So if you go to the website of Government of India, everywhere the details of the statistics of that particular year will be available. So during the financial year 2017 and 18, The total fish production in India was estimated to be 112.61 increase totally. Dung and other animal materials are always used as a compost and also for burning fuels, which has drastically reduced the dependence of our people on other country, at least to this extent also. Weed control is one of the very big threat to the entire Shivamogga is concerned. So, how to have this particular demo, I was thinking, and we'll see how best we can do that particular thing. So, in case of weed control, one is the vector-borne control. The second one is the principal secretary to the finance department. They are the one who are going to decide. That's about the thing, and there are certain free things are there. They how the cattle are classified like Zabu cattle. So kingdom Animalia, then phylum Chordata, then class Mammalia, subclass Eutheria, then the order is Ungulators. Both of them are ungulates. Then suborder Artiodactyl, La. Then the exotic cattle also belong to the same category with little change. Then the Capridae is a scientific name. Everyone can use this chart. Whereas the genus Bos indicus or Bos taurus cattle or the Bibulus, that's Uis and many more materials are there. So you please wait for. Few animal husbandry regions are there in India. Temperate Himalayan region, then dry northern region, then northeastern region. And the south region is a culprit. Then the cattle, livestock, they are divided in varieties of the methods. So there was a evidence that the cattle were reared under cool temperature, especially in case of Punjab, etc. So the entire India is concerned. It is classified into different regions. Then dry northern region is one, whereas the supporting people are important to know the cattle breed population. So raised on case of fodder, how much? Then totally style fed. What is the implication of these things on the livestock policies? Then northeastern region, all the state like the Mijapur or any other thing, 24 Paragana. If it is there, you can go in there. Southern region we have got Kilar cow, then Nello sheep, then Kingaya bull. But they didn't survive much. I do not know what is the reason. Coastal region, buffalo's population is little bit more when compared to the other species of the cattle or sheep or goat, or else the new breed evolved for patents. So always we know that role of livestock, their importance, why they are more in case of villages, and what may be the cause of this particular thing.